Live from the USS Iwo Jima at Mayport Naval Station. This is Veterans Day on Good Morning Jacksonville.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to our special edition of Good Morning Jacksonville, live from the Iwo Jima. What a great morning. It's exciting to be out here waiting for the sun to come up. We're here in the Mayport Basin. Now, there are some other ships out here as well. It's kind of crowded, as they were saying. They've got the Vicksburg, the McHenry, the Way City, Philippine Sea, Coast Guard ship, and, of course, the Iwo Jima.
And Patty, just to let you know how large this vessel is, we were just 844 feet long, and Patty just did about 840 of that. If you just missed it right before the break, down on the, well,
way on the front.
Other end, at the bow, that's right.
Yeah, the end of the runway there, the end of the runway.
She did a runway.
I feel very invigorated right now. So. Welcome back. I don't know if you can see it behind me, but uncommon valor was a common virtue. That is the motto of the USS Iwo Jima. It's based on what Admiral Nimitz said about the brave men who fought in that battle in World War II. 7,000 Marines died, 20,000 were wounded. Again, that's why this ship is named the Iwo Jima. It is the second one to be named after that battle. But there are some other things about this ship that make it very special. Here's a look. From the outside of the USS Iwo Jima, it's pretty clear this is a very impressive ship. On board, there are 3,000 crew members, half sailors, half Marines, and 300 of them, women. But what makes this amphibious ship really unique?
The USS Iwo Jima is the 7th LHD the Navy's produced, and we are the last steam-powered ship.
And their main purpose, to put Marines on the ground and fast.
It's presence, it's deterrence, it's showing the flag overseas, and it's the ability to put Marines and their gear on the ground in a hurry.
The back of the ship opens up, allowing amphibious assault vehicles and Marines to exit by water and land. But not only can it launch Marines off the back, it can launch aircraft off the front.
We have Ospreys, we carry Harriers, we have 3 different types of helicopters to include Cobras and UH-1 Hueys.
all morning long, we have been trumpeting the cause for Operation Orion and K9's Warriors. We've really been doing it so much longer than just this morning. For a while now, we've been showing you stories of just how important this cause is, how it helps those warriors who are coming home who may be dealing with some form of post-traumatic stress. And it certainly works, and we've told you those stories, and we're asking you to call our phone bank right now, donating that hard-earned money to help this program out. 632-1200 is the number to call. It's been going on all day as well. But we can tell you and ask you to donate money, but sometimes it's just best to show you why it works, and here's why.
Okay, up.
Today, it's commands to his dog Winchester.
Can you do this way?
But
Up.
10 years ago,
This was October 14th of 2005. And in the middle of that fight, in the middle of a little firefight there, I was pointing. I was giving hand and arm signals, and there was a friendly vehicle over here, and I was pointing to them saying, "Get out of there, get out of there." And as I pointed and told them to get out of here, a guy in this window shot me through the arm.
a bullet in one side of the arm, then out the other, ricocheting off his flak jacket, protecting his chest.
To wrap your arms around that thought is it's just huge. So then I had to stop with a pressure point.
But his bones were shattered, arteries ruptured. He was bleeding to death.
And I should have been, I should have been killed that night. And by the grace of God and some real great Marines, I'm here today. Hey, Bubs, what you doing?
An incredibly heavy thought.
Good boy.
So a perfect moment for Winchester to step in.
Good boy. That's a good boy. Right here.
It's those timely nudges and kisses, how a service dog can help a suffering person come back from the nightmares PTSD can bring.
People think, wow, post-traumatic stress, you must have been injured, show me your scars. And sometimes it's not one injury or one incident. Sometimes it's a repetitive day after day living in fear of, someone's trying to kill you all the time.
Why Dennis says for him and many others like him, a service dog helps make life livable.
Without hesitation, without a shadow of a doubt, I believe that it is saving lives.
That's with us now, along with Winchester. We appreciate you coming live. By the way, just a side note, what a wonderful coincidence. And I know you had a nice moment when talking about coincidences during our interview.
That's right.
Hey, tell me what you said.
Yeah, coincidence is merely God's way of staying anonymous.
It's beautiful.
Albert Einstein.
And here we are on board a ship that you were actually stationed on once upon a time, the USS Iwo Jima, which is just another wonderful coincidence.
Another one coincidence.
Let's talk about Winchester a little bit. We ended that story talking about how firmly you believe, and you know, that these animals can save lives, and they do. Let's talk about how specifically Winchester has helped you out.
Absolutely, yeah. And I don't know who he's helping more now, me or Patty, but
Come on, look.
he's a flirt.
He's staring at himself on TV all morning.
He sees me over there and he's very confused. Yeah, yeah. He's done just a number of things for me in the little over 3.5 years that I've had him now. He's just an incredible dog. He knows. He feels me. He understands me, and he needs no explanation.
What does he do to comfort you when you really need him?
You know, and he doesn't have the ability to look at me and say, hey, relax, it's going to be okay, right?
Yeah.
But he has his own way of communicating that. So when I start getting stressed, when I start having a moment, he'll nudge me. And there was one point where fireworks, after you've been shot, fireworks are nowhere near as fun as they used to be.
Right.
And I'll tell you, when I first time had him and experienced fireworks, he jumped up in my lap.
Aww.
And I thought, wow, shouldn't he be helping me through this?
Mm-hmm.
And come to find out, he was.
Yeah.
He was taking my focus. Instead of being, nervous about the fireworks, he made me focus on him, which was
Exactly.
incredible.
Aww.
You can talk to Dennis personally, because I know you're going to be working hard at First Coast News. At the phone bank,
Yes, sir.
632-1200 is the number to call. You've seen why it can help and how it helps. Give a call and donate that time and money. We're right back after this.
Good boy.
Live from the USS Iwo Jima at Mayport Naval Station. This is Veterans Day on Good Morning Jacksonville.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for making us a part of your Veterans Day, a very special day here. We're so excited to be here on the flight deck of the USS Iwo Jima. The sun is now coming up. I've been looking forward to seeing this vantage point of the sunrise.
Yeah, this is
all
what we
morning
call
long.
civil twilight.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
So, well, this morning there is an easy way for you to help a veteran in need of a service dog this Veterans Day. We are taking your calls and your donations in our call center this morning. If you want to help, the number is right there on your screen, 632-1200.
Plus, the military benefit most veterans don't even know about. I'm Clark Foraker. Coming up, how to find out if you could be getting thousands. You're watching Good Morning Jacksonville. We are live on the Iwo Jima out of Mayport. We'll be back right after this.
Let's check in on Shelby Danielson for the latest on what's happening in our call center this morning. Good morning, Shelby.
Good morning, Lindsay. Great things are happening in our call center. We're almost up to $1,800. We want those calls to keep coming in. Remember, every dollar counts. We're talking about saving veterans' lives. And as I mentioned earlier in the newscast, 22 veterans commit suicide every day. That's what we're trying to stop. We want to pair up these veterans with these canines, and we want to make the perfect match. And I'm here with Becca Molesky, who is a veteran herself. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for your service.
Thank you.
All right, live from the deck of the Iwo Jima, I'm meteorologist Steve Smith out at Mayport. Let's go ahead and talk about your weekend forecast. It's going to be a dry weekend, a better weekend than last weekend.
All right, very cool moment here, talking to the captain of the USS Iwo Jima. This is the part where the pressure is on a little bit because we got the eyes on us. Captain Gordon, thank you for joining us this morning, getting up early. Tell us a little bit about your vessel, what she's going through right now.
So we just got back from deployment in July, and after 7.5-month deployment, we transitioned the ship down from Norfolk and did the deployment shortly after that. Came off the deployment, and now we're going through our maintenance period, about a 10-month maintenance availability, getting a lot of work done. Ship's about 14 years old, so a mid time for us, mid-tour, midlife. And so we're getting things done to make sure that the ship can continue the next 15 years that we have.
What are some of the spots, some of the highlights, just before you pulled into Mayport, where has USS Iwo Jima been under your command?
Well, we had an opportunity on deployment. We went to Israel, to Jordan, to Spain, and on over to Rome. But that was in the midst of the 7.5 months. Spent a lot of time underway, though. The sailors had an opportunity to do a lot of great things while we were deployed.
So 844 feet.
Yes.
We just walked, 15 feet of
Yes.
it. It's got to be a heck of an experience. But but more so the equipment and the technology on board. It's got to be the people, the men and women who are serving. Some 3,000 here under your command, and very unique. Some young, very young as well. I mean, tell me about those folks that serve with you here on board.
Well, I will tell you, I mean, I think you guys realize, early mornings here, 24 hours when you're at sea, when you're deployed, things never stop. I know they set you all up early this morning to get you going, and that's underway. It's like that. Early morning starts about 5 o'clock with breakfast, with reveille and breakfast, and then from that point on, it's nonstop. Whether it's flight ops, whether it's well deck ops, we'll do those simultaneously. We'll have craft going out with the Marines doing things. We'll also have aircraft flying as well, so it's busy.
Captain Dana Goin, we appreciate the opportunity. It's been a privilege, and again, thank you for your service.
Thank you
here
so
on this
much.
Veterans
Thank you all
Day
for
as
coming
well.
out.
Yeah, that's
My
beautiful.
pleasure.
All right, let's get over to Steve Smith now. Talk a little weather for you this morning.
All right, thank you. Weather out here at the Iwo Jima at Mayport. We're about 60 degrees right now, and it's starting to feel better. The sun's starting to come out. Overall, it's going to be a very nice Veterans Day, and we appreciate all these nice veterans here with us as well.
They're probably appreciating the cooler weather, all things
It is a nice
considered, because they're
change.
about to be working hard down below without the
Right.
air and the water. We hope you have a wonderful Veterans Day. We appreciate Captain Gordon you letting us on
Thank
board
you.
the USS Iwo Jima this morning. Y'all have a wonderful Veterans Day.